and still waiting here, and now we are on. Hey guys, how you going? So I'm Breakout Sport. It is very, very early over here right now. I'm in Vietnam, obviously Australia taking on Switzerland. It is 2 a.m. or it's 1:47 a.m. in the morning for me, but we've got a big game here. Big game. I know it's only a friendly, but at the end of the day, it is Australia, and that is my team. Now, we are going to be streaming a lot of this World Cup, and not just of Australia, but I'm really looking forward to it. You know, it's the final hit out here for the Socceroos prior to, taking on a big World Cup campaign, a really difficult group with Paraguay, USA, and also Turkey, who this honestly is a very similar team here, Switzerland. They are maybe not similar, but they're on a pretty similar level to what I would expect from Turkey, who I believe is the best team in our group for sure. The USA, obviously, they've got the biggest and the best mouths in the business when it comes to claiming to be the best. And then, obviously, Paraguay are a very, very tricky kind of nation to be playing. So it's a really interesting group that's going to be coming up in this World Cup. And, it's just a really good chance to see how the Socceroos hit this one out before we start up in just literally less than a week's time now, actually. 6 days away or 5 days away now before we see Mexico take on, is it Korea? No, who is Mexico? No, Mexico versus South Africa, I think might be the first game of the FIFA World Cup. Obviously, guys, I can't be extremely loud right now, so do forgive for that. Yeah, Mexico, South Africa is the first game. We'll be live for that on Friday morning for us over here. But look, again, big amount of football coming up, and it's going to be absolutely crazy here on the channel. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. But let's get into the two-team lineups here for this game here today. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here. And tomorrow, we're actually going to be live for, I think it's Colombia. Colombia play tomorrow, and I think it's maybe against Iran. No, Colombia. Who do they play tomorrow? That's who we're going to be live for. Colombia versus Jordan, who we know a lot about in Australia, because obviously they're in the Asian conference alongside us. But in regards to the Socceroos lineup today, we've got Patrick Beach as the goalkeeper, Kai Truan, Alessandro Sakati, Harry Suter, who was the captain, Lucas Harrington, Aziz Behic, Aidan O'Neill, Paul Ocon Engstler, Christian Volpato. Very interesting that he's obviously amongst this team, but please do it a service that we've allowed you to come back to Australia, despite the words that have been said over the years and how we've been put on the back burner. But at the end of the day, you put that Australian jersey on, and I will respect you and I will support you. But you need to go out and perform. Nestori Irankunda and Tete Yengi. And then for the subs, you got Matty Ryan, Mila Sajenek, Jacob Italiano, Jordan Boss, Jason Jeria, Matthew Leckie, Conor Metcalf, Mohamed Toure, Ashton Hrustic, Awa Mabel, Paul Izzo, Cameron Devlin, Cameron Burgess, Jackson Irvine, and Nishan Velopalay. So look, this is an interesting little lineup here for the Socceroos, and again, this is our last hit out before we do get into the World Cup. In the friendly so far, we did lose 1-0 to Mexico on Sunday last week, which was a rough one, and it didn't really give a great little sight there. Now, obviously, it is only a 1-0 loss, and Australia's not a massive footballing nation. It's a nation that we always do turn up we frequently turn up at World Cups. We have made the World Cup every year since 2006, and we usually give it a good showing, right? Maybe not so much 2010, but that was a really, really difficult group. Or was it 2014 when we had we had both Spain and I think No, it wasn't Germany, was it? Germany was in 2010 when we lost 4-0 to them. Yeah, we got slapped up by them. No, it was maybe Spain and the Netherlands, who were the two World Cup finalists in 2010 in our group in 2014. I think we also had Chile Serbia was 2010, Chile I think was 2014. So we've had some really, really tough groups. I think we didn't really perform in those two World Cups, but outside of that, we usually give it a good showing. In the last World Cup, Australia obviously got through to a knockout game against the Argentinians, and look, we did well to get past Denmark and Tunisia in the group stage. Obviously, we did lose to France despite going at 1-0. We lost that game 4-1, and we really put on a good show. I was really proud of the effort there from the Socceroos, and that's what we are, and that's why regardless of the fact that we're not a football nation, at the end of the day, we do put in an effort, and people can underrate them and people can slap them down. Like, you would fully expect that the Socceroos aren't going to be going on and winning any World Cup. But if we get through those knockout stages, it's already, a success in the mind of a lot of Australians. And hopefully we can push on, and hopefully we can compete, and hopefully we can show up here under Popovich. But obviously we'll just have to wait to see when the actual World Cup gets underway. But I want to see a good showing here against against Switzerland because, again, I'd put them in a pretty similar range to Turkey, who, like I said, is the number one team in our group. Now, outside of the Mexico game, we did lose to Colombia last year in a friendly 3-0. Also lost to Venezuela 1-0 in a friendly and lost to the USA 2-1 in a friendly. Did beat Canada 1-0, and as per usual, we did beat the Kiwis, beat them 3-1 and also 1-0. But when it comes to the World Cup qualifiers, we actually did pretty well considering we actually took down two really big nations in Asia, which is Saudi Arabia, where we beat them 2-1, and we also beat Japan 1-0. I'm pretty certain we also beat Japan in Japan, didn't we? I think we went over there. No, sorry, it was a draw. It was 1-1 in Japan, and then we played them in Australia. We beat them 1-0. Look, I can go through Indonesia and I can go through China and all these kind of these teams. Bahrain 2-2 was as a draw was really, really disappointing, and same with Indonesia 0-0 being a draw was really, really disappointing. However, you look across what has been on our schedule. You can only play who you're up against, and I think that Mexico may not be, it really wasn't a great showing in my personal opinion, but again, this will tell us a lot more about how prepared this Australian team is, because we are going to treat games like this. We do treat games like this like it is going into the World Cup. It's not going to be the same intensity, but we are going to treat it like that in a lot of ways because we do have a really, really tough opening matchup against Turkey. Now, let's move over to Switzerland, where their team lineup is Gregor Kobel, Sylvain Widmer, Nico Elvedi, Manuel Akanji, Remo Frula, Johan Manzambi, Grant Xhaka, Dan Ndoi, Ricardo Rodriguez, and Mikel Ayabisha, Zeki Amdouni. I'm probably butchering these names, but obviously two guys that would be very recognizable to football fans, regardless of how much you know about the Swiss team, is Granit Xhaka and also Manuel Akanji, who is on loan at the moment. He usually would be playing for Manchester City. Now, the subs are Kela Mavogo, Amenda, Komet, Fasnacht, Iten, Jax, Jashari, Muhaim, Okafor, Rida, Sal, and Zakaria. And again, I've probably butchered those names. Sorry for that. I did my best. But look, this Switzerland team has been on fire, man. They won 4-1 over Jordan the other day in a friendly. Last Sunday, in the same day that we did obviously see Australia lose 1-0 to Mexico. Fantastic result there for the Swiss. They did draw 0-0 with Norway back on March 31st, and they did lose to Germany in a really, really high-octane game there, 4-3. Wowee, that really just was bonkers there. We saw Florian Wirtz actually scoring the winner very, very late on in that game. But regardless, Germany's a very good team, and scoring 3 goals against them would be something that the Swiss would be very, very happy about. Drew Kosovo 1-1, though, which is relatively disappointing. Beat Sweden 4-1. Drew Slovenia 0-0. This is in the group stage of the World Cups, the group stage of the World Cup qualifiers late last year, and did beat Sweden 2-0 as well. So, look, a couple of those games are a little bit dodgy, with the Kosovo 1-1 and the Slovenia 0-0. But Norway, you can kind of understand it. And Switzerland obviously getting that big win. They're coming with some confidence here before they have a group of Qatar, Bosnia and Herzegovina. You've got Canada and also who's the other team in the group? No, that's it. Yeah, Qatar, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Canada. I was about to go into the Nations League, which doesn't start up until later on this year. It was North Macedonia. I'm like, North Macedonia definitely aren't here right now. But anyway, their group, realistically, Switzerland should be fancying themselves to definitely progress. Bosnia and Herzegovina and Switzerland are probably the two teams there that you'd be expecting to go through their group. Whilst it's really difficult to see who goes through this group here for Australia. But yeah, we'll just have to see how this all pans out. Hopefully the Australians give it a good showing, and we prepared well. And again, it's just a friendly, so it doesn't really mean anything. But we just want to see how this team is panning out and what kind of processes Tony Popovich is going to put into this World Cup, and if he's going to adjust from that Mexico game, and if we've got the talent here to really push on. And I'm looking forward to seeing Nkunda, and yeah, that's what we're firing up here for today. So guys, obviously hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Welcome early morning to all the Aussies that'll be watching this game, and fire up Socceroos. Patch says, let's go Australia. Edson says, hey mate, get around ya. Tucker says, is this a real live? What do you mean, is this a real live? What do you mean I'll see when he reads the comments? Tiger Hood, you are here for most of our rugby league streams. What do you mean? What on earth are you talking about? Is this a real live? You were literally here for the streams before when I was live for the Titans game and also the other game. What do you mean? You think this is AI right now? You think I'm a beep up, beep up? You think I'm a robot or something like that? Of course, this is a live stream. Thought it was a recording. What do you mean thought it was recording? This game is about to start. How could I record my reaction to the Switzerland versus Australia game when it's starting in 3 minutes' time? Starting 3 minutes' time. Just says, so you're going to describe the game only. So obviously this is like a live commentary, where interactive commentary, because I can't show you the game live due to broadcasting restrictions, obviously, but I will have the live score below us. We'll talk about the game. I'll talk to you guys in the chat. You guys can give your opinions, and we can have a bit of a chat about everything that's going on. And we're going to be here for the entirety of the World Cup and really transition into some more football content. So yeah, unfortunately I can't show you the game, but we'll talk about it, and we'll see how it all pans out. Looney says, let's go Australia from New Zealand. Yeah, fire up. What a day yesterday. What a day. Yeah, why don't you think it's live? Because he's probably drunk, mate. It's Sunday morning. Yeah, I'm sure he's probably drunk. That's what's happening. Eden says, never fail to make me absolutely surprised with your comments, Tigerwood. Exactly right. Exactly right. I'm half asleep, just brushing off the cobwebs. Fair enough. I haven't even slept yet. I have not slept. So we have the national anthem of Australia right now, and we've got Switzerland as well. Moving over to here, you can see some of the live scores from the other friendlies going on. Now, Germany scored in the first 3 minutes of that game against the USA. So a lot of chatter coming from the USA about how they're going to go deep into this World Cup, where you can see it in the first 3 minutes of Germany. Portugal and Chile is at halftime right now. It is 0-0, and you've got Romania and Wales at 1-0 in the 53rd minute. These teams are obviously in the World Cup. These teams are in the World Cup. Those are not. Romania and Wales are not. Later on tonight, we also do have England, New Zealand. That'll start up in about an hour's time. You've also got Bolivia and Scotland. I don't believe Bolivia's there, but Scotland is in this World Cup. Brazil and Egypt, and Argentina and Honduras. But we won't be live for those games. We won't be live for them. George says, yep, otherwise he would get a strike if he shows the game. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. But Jasan, sorry if I've mispronounced that. Who do you support? Who's your team? Are you a Swiss fan, or are you getting around the Socceroos here today? Hopefully we get a good game, and I just want to see some good energy from Australia. I just want to see them put their not even that their body's on the line. I just want to have some confidence in this World Cup, because I feel like a lot of Australian fans, we have this confidence that, you know, we've surprised before against teams like Tunisia and Denmark, and even gave it a good crack against France in the first half at the very least, and especially Argentina. You know, in the past, in 2006, we gave it a great crack against Italy, and we've beaten some pretty strong teams before. It's just not a consistent thing, and this is coming up against nations that put everything into football. Whilst Australia, football wouldn't even be in the top 5. You know, you've got your AFL and your rugby league, you've got your cricket as well, you've got your rugby union that would probably still be above it. I don't know. Football could definitely be growing in that regards, especially with the live showings that you see in Melbourne and in Sydney and the likes, where they really get everybody They didn't have one of those live showings in Federation Square, which is so awesome, and it really fires up the Australians. So I'm really glad that they went against that and decide to show off decide to show the game there at Federation Square. It's very important for the game. You know, Australia always loves to shoot itself in the foot when it comes to growing the game of football in the country. So the last World Cup was fantastic, and it really did get a lot of the casuals and a lot of people who don't watch football in the country into the game. And were like, oh, maybe I'll watch the A-League, and then bang, they shot themselves in the foot, and they made that decision to put the grand final always in Sydney or whatever it was, rather than whoever's the highest placed team getting the home final. They shot themselves in the foot, and everyone clicked off from it. So hopefully this World Cup can get people into, you know, thinking about the A-League again and growing football in the country. Now, this is at Snapdragon Stadium in, I think it's San Diego. Where this game is, Snapdragon Stadium. Where is it? Hold on one second. Snapdragon Stadium is in San Diego, yes. 35,000 seat stadium here. But all right, the game is underway, guys, and it will be Switzerland with the ball here as they get us underway. Let me just make sure that this live score is moving along. Okay, beautiful. We are moving along, so that's all actually started up over there as well. It'd be good if USA can lose by a small margin there to Germany, though, even though, again, it is just a pre-season friendly. Jatan Rodriguez says, I'm from Mexico and looking for the game, but found your live chat. I want to see how Australian team plays. I think we all do, man. I think we all do. Obviously, you guys got a good win against us last week, 1-0. Show's going to just bounce this ball around, really. I don't really know how we're going to play. Oh, this is a nice play down the sideline, but it's going to go over the sideline for a throw-in for Switzerland in their own half. I don't really know how Australia are going to play against Switzerland, because Switzerland are a really niche and interesting team. They're a tricky team to play, and especially with the likes of Chaka, who has been a fantastic player for a long time now, and we know how quality Manuel Akanji can be in that centre back position. So they're going to be tough to break down, and they're going to be really tricky to play. And I'm sure that Australia is going to focus and revert to a lot more of a defensive system throughout this World Cup, because I don't feel like, honestly, Tony Popovic is going to be able to really bring the attack out of this team. So again, we'll see what Volpato can bring. He can't even make the Italian team, and the Italian team didn't even make this World Cup. They haven't made the World Cup for the last, three attempts. They weren't there 2014, 2018, 2022, or they were 2014, they weren't 2018, they weren't 2022, and they're now not 2026. So it's not a great sign if he can't make that team, even if they're not at the World Cup. Highlights 1 says, what a win last night over the Titans, mate. We were going nutso. We were going off our rocker. Jordan Telfer Kings, it's a good day. Get around you. It is a corner here for Australia, so there's a good chance here. 2 minutes into the game, and Australia are going to receive a corner. Beautiful. That's what we're talking about. That is what we're talking about. Irankunda from the corner flag. Whip this little bad boy in, and hopefully we get a Harry Suter header onto it. That's going to come into the box, and it's going to just miss out to the right-hand side, and we will see a goal kick coming up for Switzerland. As it says, good defense so far. Brother, it's been 2 minutes. It's been 2 minutes, and we've had a corner. Pretty happy with that. I've seen a growth of crowd numbers in lower leagues in Australia, that is. Yeah, you wouldn't have seen a growth in numbers in the A-League. That's for sure. A-League is not even thought about here, unfortunately, in Australia. It was really pumping a good 10 to 15 years ago, when, you had, it's a good ball there from Switzerland, but nice clearance from Harry Suter, and it's going to go over the sideline for a throw-in. You wouldn't have seen the A-League have too much of big numbers. When the RBB was pumping and the Cove was pumping with Sydney FC, and you had was it the North Terrace at the Melbourne Victory, and you had all these active areas, like the Den was pumping as well for the Brisbane Roar. There were some really good crowds, but unfortunately they just kept shooting themselves in the foot with the FFA and then the APL and whatnot. All right, so Australia's going to clear that ball away, and that's going to come back into the Swiss defensive half. Edson says, this is my second time watching football. I'm going to act like I know what I'm saying. Well, look, it's a great way to get into it, man. It's very difficult in regards to World Cup games if you don't watch every international game. It's very difficult because obviously it's played at a very different style to what you're going to see from your regular Premier Leagues, and which is what most people watch in your regular domestic leagues. And also, again, this is a friendly, so you're not going to know too much about it, really. And Switzerland are going to put that ball in the box, and Australia's going to clear it away straight away. Jordan said, I just wish that Canberra and Western United treated better. Yeah, Western United for sure. Canberra definitely should be treated better. They should definitely have a team. They should have had a team for a while now. Western United, that was always a mistake from the start, especially putting them where they were. It just was never going to work out, man. It always should have been Canberra. Also Gold Coast United, but that was because of Clive Palmer back in the day. Wollongong and whatnot. Good defense there, Mary Suter. He started off really nice defensively here. 4 minutes 25 in. He started off really nice defensively here. Sundo says, let's go. World Cup is getting close. It's getting close, man. Oh, they put this ball back to the keeper. Good chase from Urankunda. Oh, my goodness me. He nearly got that one. Bit of a mistake at the back. That's exciting there from Urankunda, though. He really didn't give up on that ball, and the keeper was able to spin it away from him, but that was a exciting play. He really gave it a good opportunity to get a boot onto that. And Harry Suter again, man, he's just going to clear that one away, and but Switzerland's going to get the ball back. They're going to put this ball into the box, and Doi, oh my goodness me, that goes over the top of the bar. 5 minutes in, it's their first big opportunity though. So Jason, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, how do you feel like Mexico is going to go in this tournament? Be honest, obviously you guys are in a very different stage to how you've been in recent World Cups. That was very nice footwork there by the Swiss keeper. How do you believe Mexico is going to go in this World Cup? Edson says the new World Cup song is fire. Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the Jelly one? Are you talking about Shakira's one? Or are you talking about Speed's song? That would go into the Swiss half over the sideline. Whereabouts are you now, Sundo? Are you still... Where do you go next? I can't remember. Oh, you're actually here. That's right. You're in America, aren't you? Where are you? Are you back in Vegas? The Speed song. I like the new Speed song, yeah. But the thing is, the reason why I believe Speed songs are always hit is because he's not just trying to cater to an audience. He knows his audience, but he travels the world. He knows what people want to hear. He has a lot of subscribers and has a great audience that he can attribute his song to. Whilst you're seeing from these major singers like your Shakiras, who had a great song of Waka Waka and the likes, but you're seeing these major singers kind of trying to translate it into just generalized rather than specifically for football. And that's why Speed does well, because he specifies it with football. Someone says, yeah, in Vegas at the moment, then Banff, then Vancouver, first game, Banff. I used to live there, bro. Well, I lived there for 3 months, but I worked out in the ski fields at Banff, at Lake Louise. So not technically Banff, but if you go to Banff, you'll definitely hear about Lake Louise. It is one of the most beautiful places in this world, man, even though it's not winter now. So you won't be able to see it at its prime time, but still beautiful, even in the summer. You should actually get to the hotel out there. So Switzerland with the ball in the attacking half here. They're just passing this ball around. And they can push this ball down into the corner, and then easy clearance there. Lucas Harrington. Jordan says, at least we know one thing for sure, it won't come home. Well, we're going to be streaming, I think it's in England. They're playing in a moment. They're playing in about 50 minutes against New Zealand. The English, Look, I don't know, man. They're always, they have a team. And they've got some quality players from Arsenal. They've got some quality play. Oh, that's a good ball from Switzerland. They're going to score here. They're going to score. Great K. Oh, just misses. Wow. That was really close. That probably should have been a goal for Switzerland. This is a beautiful ball straight through the line. Way too easy here. The defense was all over the shop, and Dioy just couldn't put the ball on target, and great keeping as well to rush out to him. Oh, it was nearly an own goal too, yeah. That ball could have gone anywhere, so it'll be a corner here for Switzerland. That ball could have absolutely gone anywhere there. Heard Lake Louise is really cool. Lake Louise is beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. 8 minutes and 15 seconds in here. Switzerland with the corner. And that should be cleared away. No, Switzerland will still get that. And it's back out to the halfway point. Australia is paying $5.50 to win. Well, it's a friendly, so I think that's quite rough, but you wouldn't expect Australia to win this game. You really wouldn't. They do love a scalp. Again, Denmark, when we played them in 2022 in Qatar, we never thought we were a chance. Like, we have our hope and we have our belief as Australians, the underdog spirit, the underdog mentality, but you never thought we were going to be beating Denmark. And then we go and beat them 1-0 and progress through the World Cup group stages into the round of 16, and that was just unbelievable. You know, when who was it? Leckie, I think Matty Leckie was the one who scored the goal in that game. That was really, really fun. I don't know. I think we live streamed that game actually. I was in Fiji. I was Switzerland with the ball here in the box and clearance. Dasan says, to be honest, the team had a really hard time the last years, but previous and actual year has a really better team and a different coach in Javier Aguirre. Is going to be difficult to beat them. Well, who is Mexico's group? Again, we'll be live for your game on Friday for us, Thursday for you. Mexico group World Cup. So they've got South Korea, they've got South Africa, and they've got Czechia. You should be getting through that group, let's be honest. Mexico 100% should be clear in that group. At the end of the day, South Korea are a tough team. We know a lot about them from obviously them being in Asia. South Korea are always a really, really tough team. So don't write them off, but you definitely should be beating South Africa. And Czechia, look, they're not going to be necessarily easy, but I do truly believe that you should be getting through that. So South Africa should be a pretty clean win for you. Australia with the ball here at the halfway point. And is he offside here? No, that they haven't got the offside trap, but then we are completely all over the shop, and the pass will just go straight over the sideline. And Switzerland get this ball back. What I've noticed in the first 10 minutes here, obviously 10 minutes gone, guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here, is that we are not holding the ball whatsoever. The ball is just being played at any old rate for Australia. Yeah, sure, we had that corner early doors, but outside of that, Australia just really haven't kind of put any possession together, and we're seeing Switzerland just bulk up some chances right now. Oh no, here we go. Here we go. Switzerland going to put this ball in the box. Kai Truan misses that one, and luckily for Australia, that was a good touch there. Very good touch, and Australia could be away here. No, Eden Kunda won't be able to get to that ball. What games are you going to, Sundo? Like, if you've obviously got tickets to some, so you're going to be in Vancouver. Which game are you there for? I'm sure it'll be a Canadian game. Have you gone to different cities for unless do Australia play in Vancouver? Oh, it's a beautiful ball over the top, but that is great keeping there from Australia. Fantastic keeping, and it will stay 0-0, baby. Stay 0-0. Harry Suter caught flat-footed there. And, that's going to be free kick. Yep, Australia, free kick. In Vancouver, Seattle, and San Jose. So what games are you seeing there? I feel like we might play not Turkey. I know we play USA. I think it's in Seattle, isn't it? I think it might be in Seattle. Do we play Turkey there? Okay. Yeah, we do. We play Turkey and BC plays Vancouver. Vancouver's an interesting thing, man. You'll enjoy it. Managed to get tickets to all three, Turkey and Vancouver. Oh, okay. So all three of those are Australia, are they? So Australia with the ball, and we're going. I just want to get a bit of possession here. Can we just settle the ball down a little bit and just pass it around for a little bit rather than just kicking it straight to Switzerland like we just did? Straight to them. I wouldn't mind seeing Joe get some play in the Australian setup. Seeing Joe get some play in the Australian setup. What am I missing here? Joe gets some play in the Australian setup. And now you'll just see them pass this ball around very, very simply. And that's going to go back to the keeper here. Volpato putting a little bit of pressure on. I really, really hope that Volpato can have a good World Cup and make up for the dribble that he's had over the years. Beautiful ball there from Switzerland. And Doi, he will score. 1-0 Switzerland. Way too easy. This has been a very disappointing start here. So Ndoi gets a score, gets a goal. This has been a very disappointing start here from the Australians. They've just not been in this game whatsoever at the moment. They've just really not been in this game whatsoever. I'm just going to move this down here so it's a little bit cleaner on the screen. But it will be 1-0 to Switzerland, and that was just way too easy. Oh, USA have actually equalised with Germany as well, by the way. 1-1. Romania and Wales 1-1 as well, and Portugal have scored against Chile to go up 1-0. But look, that was a beautiful ball there. And Ndoi just has an easy route to goal and puts it into the side netting, and there's not much we can really do about that from a goalkeeper's standpoint. So, poor defense. You know, teams that aren't expected to go well in World Cups will usually revert to a defensive system. This hasn't been a great defensive game here from Australia at all. They have been picked out already in the first 13, and it's been pretty simple stuff for Switzerland. The only thing that has even gone in Australia's favour at any stage has been the corner in the first 2 minutes. And if you're celebrating a corner, you overall, as the only thing you've done in 14 minutes is a problem. We just need to get some really good ball to Irankunda because he is the live wire. Harrington. Back to Bajic. Bajic can be really good, but he can also be really poor as well. Patch says, focus Australia. We're not focusing much at the moment. Brendan Westling says, conceding early is no less than we deserve, letting the Swiss have all the ball. That's what I'm saying. Like, all I was asking for before is just to hold a bit of the ball like this. We just keep gifting them possession. And if you're going to gift them possession, they're going to be able to capitalize. We don't have that's a good ball for Irankunda. Irankunda's away here. Irankunda in the box. Cuts it back. Good defense, though. And gets it across and straight to Switzerland. Couldn't find Kai Truan. That was a great opportunity. Look, it was great cover defense there from the Swiss, but Switzerland now just going to keep the ball for a little bit. So again, are they just trying to hit on the counter right now? Is that the whole? Is that what Popovich is trying to achieve here? Is it just about hitting on the counter? If you're only trying to hit on the counter against Switzerland, there's a problem. And that's no offense to Switzerland, but really, we're going to. If you're going to surprise everyone and be that surprise packet team, because there will be a surprise packet team. We've seen it from Costa Rica over the years. We've seen it from Ghana over the years. We've seen it from, was it Morocco, where they went far? You do see a surprise packet team. So we are just hoping that one day it's going to be us. This way of playing football is never going to get you to being that surprise packet. It's just not. Sando says, I'm not asking for too much. I just want to see one goal live that actually means something. Dude, can you imagine if you were there for the Timmy Cahill goal? Oh my gosh, that is one of my key moments as a young lad. Switzerland are breaking down too easy. And here they go in the box. Luckily, that's going to be an awful shot, but it'll be a corner. Could you? That's one of my key childhood moments. Corner here for Switzerland in the left corner. One of my key childhood moments was myself watching it with two of my best mates. It was like dead set 3 a.m. at the time against the Netherlands, and we're down 1-0. And then Tim Cahill scores that absolute screamer, and then Mile Jedinak gets a penalty right on after that as well to go up 2-1. We lost that game 3-2, but that was a key childhood moment, man. My mate, he started kissing us on the cheek. We were so excited. He started kissing us on the cheek because that was just something we never would have expected against the Netherlands, right? Switzerland from the corner, that's just not going to be good enough, but still going to come out to the Swiss here on the edge of the box. Beautiful ball there from Xhaka. And it's in the box. This is looking easy, man. Oh, no way. Clearance. It's going to be a corner. This is not good from Australia. Us Aussies will never back down, though. Let's go. Agreed. And again, I don't want to put too much emphasis into a pre-World Cup friendly, but yikes. Kind of Xhaka too good. Don't want to hear from you. She was offside. She was offside, Sundo. She was offside. Okay, good header away there. But again, it's just going to come out of Switzerland. It's not even that the Swiss it's going to be offside here against the Swiss or be Australia ball. It's not even that the Swiss have been putting on amazing pressure to Australia. It's just that Australia have been really, really lackluster and really, really poor with the ball. Really, really poor. They're piecing us apart. Yeah, it's way too easy for them. We're not fast. We don't have the speed right now, and the Swiss are really putting it to us at the moment, and they're going to get the ball back straight away. Like, we just cannot pass the ball to each other to save our lives right now. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow morning, actually, that'll be about a good time for you Aussies. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be live for Colombia versus Jordan. If you are a new follower to football or you just kind of get around the World Cup, Jordan is in Asia in the same qualifying process as Australia. And we know a lot about them. They are a nifty team, but really shouldn't be beating Colombia. But Colombia aren't exactly spectacular. They are a decent team. I wouldn't say they're anything out of this world. James Rodriguez is still cracking on, though. Where is James Rodriguez now? For anyone who knows, where is James Rodriguez nowadays? Like, obviously, that one goal that he scored for Colombia back in, I think, 2014, that shouldn't have been the great best goal of the World Cup. It should have been Tim Cahill, but over the top, Akanji looks long, but that's going to go straight over the sideline for a throw-in for Australia. He scored that one goal, and everyone thought he was the greatest ever. He actually wasn't that fantastic of a player. He even scammed Real Madrid. He even got a good scam going for them. Okay, Australia, just hold the ball for a little bit. That's all I'm asking, man. All I'm asking. Oh, my gosh. Straight to Switzerland. And then we give away a free kick. This is pathetic right now from the Socceroos. 20 minutes gone here in the first half, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Brendan says, we can't even say this is a mostly reserve team. At least half the boys in the park right now more than likely lining up next week against Turkey. And actually, I want to have a look at the World Cup rankings, or FIFA rankings. FIFA football rankings. because I'm pretty certain Turkey would be above the Swiss. I definitely think Turkey is a better team personally. Okay, not that I really care too much for rankings, but on a technicality basis. Oh, wait, no. Switzerland are ranked 19th. Turkey are ranked 22nd. Australia ranked 27th. We're ranked above Egypt? Is that right? Australia is ranked above Egypt. Fair enough. We're ranked above Norway too. And that is going to go out for a corner here for Switzerland. Harrington puts it out. Evan says James Rodriguez plays for Minnesota United FC. Does he really? He's in the MLS, is he? Does he really? Hold on. James Rodriguez. Yeah, Minnesota United FC. Damn, how long has he been in the MLS for? Fair enough. Up the Aussies from your neighbours. Yeah, well, New Zealand play in 40 minutes' time against England. This is just a friendly, though. These are just friendlies. The World Cup doesn't start until Friday. And Australia will head that ball away. Control it. Okay, counter, because that's clearly all you're planning for today. And Kai Truan's just going to take this out, and that's going to go straight back to Switzerland. They cannot hold a ball to save their life, Australia. You are serious right now. My goodness me. Just hold the ball once, please. Just hold the ball once, bro. So this is going to be because of the heat in America right now, with it being summer, it is going to be a drinks break. A drinks break here, so I'm going to have a drink of myself. Nice little Coke Zero. I would really like this hydration break here. I would really, really, really like it if we could just talk to each other and say, hey, listen, be nice if we could hold the ball for 2 seconds. Be nice. By the way, if you guys do enjoy these football streams that we do over this World Cup, I will definitely consider getting into and starting to stream the football for Premier League and whatnot. Obviously, if you are a regular in this channel, you know that rugby league is what we do every single week and every single game. But I do want to diversify into a more consistent. And I love my football, as you guys know. We talk about football in the rugby league streams. But usually I do like to just sit there and watch the football rather than stream it. So if you do like these Football World Cup streams that we're going to be absolutely pumping out of this next month, well, we may jump into... I probably wouldn't do A-League. A-League's just not my kind of thing, but obviously I've been a Premier League fan since I was basically born. So it says 3-minute drink break, advertising break each half of this World Cup. Actually, that's going to give me a chance to go and have a look at these other scores here. Romania have gone up 2-1 against Wales. Again, this game has nothing to do with this World Cup. That is a friendly, but it's nothing to do with the World Cup. I wonder who scored for Portugal. Still this hydration break. But the thing is, like, how hot is it, Sundo? So, yes, it is an advertisement chance. San Diego weather. How hot is it right now? It is... Bro, it's 20 degrees Celsius. Get the hell out of my face. 20 degrees? Are you serious? Why do you need a hydration break in 20 degree weather? Why do you need a hydration break in 20 degree weather? Are we serious? Every game. Are we serious? This World Cup is legit for ads. 1,000,000%, because that's outrageous. We have got a drinks break, a hydration break at 20 degrees Celsius. That is insane. Oh, that is wild. I'm super glad that I don't have to watch the American stream, because if I was watching the American stream, I'd be seeing ridiculous ads right now. And if you've been to America before, for anyone here who's been to America before, their ads are quite... Like, I love America. I was in Chicago for a long time, and I love Chicago. I'm obsessed with it. I was in Vegas last year and Hawaii and whatnot. But their advertisements for anything is so funny because it's so put on, man. It's just... It's like... It's such a strong entertainment factor for like a 30-second ad with the worst acting possible. Like, they've got some amazing actors in America. But I'm telling, that's good. That's good. Australia back with the ball here. Good steal there from Aziz Bayic and Inagunda. And then we're going to push this ball back to the halfway point. I'm okay if we hold the ball for a little bit. I'm okay if we hold the ball for a bit. I don't care that we've gone back. Pass it back to the keeper. Hey, listen, pass it to Tanzania. I don't care. Just keep the ball for a bit. Beautiful. We've held the ball for 10 seconds, guys. Buy a lotto ticket. Buy a lotto ticket. The lottery, we're winning it. Oh, my gosh. 20 seconds of the ball? What is this? This is wizardry. This is a miracle. I reckon we should get our own Hollywood movie based on for this passing right now. And great ball. Great ball. Great play. Great play. Volpato loses the ball. Loses the ball. Sana says, get used to the drinks breaks. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, no, I'm fully aware of it now. Yeah, no, I'm definitely aware of that. Yikes. Brendan says, that's diabolical. I've sat in A-League stadiums in over 30-degree heat and not a single drinks break for players. Man, the worst game I've ever been to heat-wise was a rugby league game in Australia and the Gold Coast between the Titans and the Tigers, where it was over 40 degrees in the stadium. Game still played out. It was over 40 degrees in the stadium because stadiums do actually make the heat, especially like the built-in stadiums. But stadiums do bring the heat even more. So I was at Combank one time for a rugby sevens match, a rugby sevens tournament. My goodness me, it was like 39, 40 degrees as well. People laugh at it and go, no way was it that. I'm telling you, it was, especially when they put the temperature thing into the state, like on the field. And I remember at the rugby sevens, because I was a part of the media at the time, I think it was 39 and 40. Sevens is different though, because it's only small periods. So Switzerland with the ball here at the halfway point. But now, DOE has killed us today so far. DOE's pace has absolutely torn apart our defense. And Xhaka with the ball. Too bad he plays for a team that will always be known as a team that had a player offside when they won at the Stadium of Malaya about 15 years ago. Oh my gosh, I'll never forget it. And just because I know you're a Sunderland fan, Sundo, it just... Because you're always here, it'll always remind me of G. And I can't back you. I love you, but I can't back you. I'll never be able to forget about it because of you. Australia, get the ball. Okay, just pass it around the back a little bit. Just hold the ball for 2 seconds. And we're going to get the ball back to Switzerland, right in front of our box. And they're going to get a good opportunity here. You watch. That's going to go out to the left wing there. Chaka, good pass. This is going to come in the box. Rodriguez, nope. Good defense there from Kai Truan. That's going to be a throw in here for Australia. It's done deliberately to get used to the conditions. Are you talking about in regards to the drinks break, the hydration break? No way. No. I 100% back in Justin Sundo here and say that he's spot on, and the hydration breaks are for the advertisements. Look at all American sports. Every single American sport is built around advertisements and monetization and bringing in as many ads as possible to be able to get as much money as possible. There's no way that anyone's going to sell me a dream that it's to get the players used to the conditions, because this is apparently, as Sano just said, meant to be for every single game. We are in 20-degree weather right now. 20-degree weather. It's insane. And the Swiss will get this ball back. No, and it's going to come back in Australia. Hey, by the way, did you guys hear? Apparently the Scotland have had like visa restrictions last second, so all the Scottish fans who were coming across to the United States apparently can't get in now. Really sad for them. Good ball out here. No, it's going to be too low, and Abashir is just going to block that one off, and it's going to be easy for the Swiss. Back onto the inside. Put some pressure on here. Put some pressure on. Okay, so we have played a little bit better since this break. 30 minutes gone here, guys. 30 minutes gone. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. 15 minutes to go until halftime. Yes, it's about the hydration break. Yeah, but it's not about the hydration break. It's about advertisements. It's about advertisements. because it means they can make more money. And this is a big money-making tournament for the Americans. Australia will get in the way of that one. End of the quarter. Yeah, Scottish fans can't get in, Thunder. I'm going to go read about it quickly here. Oh, the Swiss put the ball in the box. They're going to cut it back. It's Dioy again, man. Dioy again, and it's going to be a corner. Good work there. He's absolutely been crushing us. He's been very sharp today, Dioy. Scotland fans. Urgent warning to Scotland fans to behave at World Cup or face deportation. Oh, this is new. A tartan enemy could be immediately kicked out of America if they get too rowdy, top lawyers want. Yeah, but they're not even allowed in right now. Scotland fans blocked from World Cup after greenlit US travel permits rejected. You feel for them, man, especially if you've paid all that money and now it's just been rejected. Jeez, you'd lose a lot of money. That's probably a handball here from Australia. No, he's not called it. Aaron Kunda's away here. Aaron Kunda, come on. Chance, 3-on-2, 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 out to the right wing, free kick, yellow card. Yellow card. That's a Kanji, and that's a yellow card. Akanji will get a yellow card. That was a really nice play there on the counter for Australia. Aaron Kunda is obviously going to be Australia's main man in this World Cup. You can clearly see that he is the excitement factor. Had to pass it out the right window there. He had to get that ball out quicker. Scotland fan, yeah, honestly brutal. 8,000 pounds spent and an approved visa to suddenly be pending days before you fly with your family on a once-in-a-lifetime trip. You got to feel for him, man. Morocco versus Scotland will have empty seats, yeah. That's crazy. You're going to lose £8,000. I don't even know if that would come under insurance. That wouldn't come under travel insurance at all, would it? Because that'd be government processes. So I don't feel like, I don't know, maybe. Does that come under travel insurance? Are you able to get that £8,000 back? I don't know. Probably not, to be fair. That is so rough. And the Scottish, they love it, man. They really get into it, eh? That's going to be a yellow card here for Yangi. Yellow card for Yangi. Aaron Kunda is a gun so far. He did need to pass that ball out to the right wing, but didn't get a pass away. They got a yellow card against Akanji, but he did need to get that ball away. I would not care less about a yellow card if we scored a goal instead. Says they started checking your socials when you apply for an ESTA or US visa. Yeah, well, they had that last year and I think the year beforehand as well. And obviously I was completely fine with my socials. I just got a message saying glad Adam Reynolds has played his last game, little gremlin. But yeah, I don't think it's that much of a deal. It's just that apparently, yeah, I don't know what the reason behind it is, but apparently the Scottish fans are just their visa has been denied, even though it was originally approved. Good defense here from Australia. Good defense. It's a free kick. Yep, free kick to Australia. Brendan Westley says, at that point, you're better off staying at home to watch the World Cup. Who knew the US, of all places, is providing so many travel and visa issues for international travellers? Exactly right. You know, people had this concern about the Middle East, and especially in regards to the policing that we were potentially going to see in Qatar with drinking and whatnot. But it ended up being a pretty good World Cup. There was still some genuine criticism that we saw from it. I'm surprised that was a free kick to Australia, not a free kick to Switzerland, by the way. But Australia ball just outside our own box. But there was a lot of criticism for it going to Qatar. And I think that the football made up for what could have been off the field. Because off the field, it wasn't unbelievable. Like we saw, dead set, every single time they showed fans, a good ball from Harry Suter out to the left wing. And Aziz Bayic, good play. Good ball movement here. He'll get this ball back onto the inside. Bayic back onto the sideline, and it's going to go back to the halfway point. But that was a really nice ball there from Harry Suter to Bayic, and really good control from Bayic. Will be a lot from England that won't be allowed in with the restrictions. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. Every time we saw fans in Qatar, like of Argentina or Portugal or or England, it was always like bought actors. It was actually quite wild. I don't really care for the alcohol factor, but it was just really, really weird when they would show Argentinians and it was all just like Indian actors. It's like, what are you doing? Like, this is not creating atmosphere, bro. Like, we can see right through what you've done there. Again, the World Cup ended up being really good, especially the final with France and Argentina. But, oh, good steal here from Anaconda. And we will keep the ball. Beautiful. Inksla, that was nice. Well, we've really stopped their possession as much as they had previously to the hydration break, the famous hydration break. They were dominating completely, and now Australia is working themselves back into the game. They're not getting any attacking opportunities, but at least they are keeping a bit more possession now compared to what it was. Is he offside here, Nkunda? No, he wasn't, but it's going to go straight to Switzerland. How's the other scores going? 2-0 now for Portugal over Chile. 2-0. Still 1-1 in that USA-Germany game. How is Germany looking for this World Cup? So we'll be a lot from England that won't be allowed in with restrictions on police records. Yeah, well, that will... The thing is, though, is that you're a rugby league fan, so you know this. Some people who are watching this might not be, but the Bulldogs, they obviously played in Vegas this year. There were people who were able to get in despite having police records, which was interesting. I don't think it's as strict as people make it out to be, but we did still see a pretty good crowd there for that Bulldogs game. There were a lot of Bulldogs fans there. Get around your Vonnie. Mate lives in Houston. He's going to Dallas for England game. Lowest price tickets was 1K. Dude, this is expensive, this World Cup, but we knew this was going to be the case. You never thought that this World Cup... Like, if you're going to Curacao versus Haiti, I don't know if they play each other in a group, and you're paying $1,000, you're off your rocker. Because I can tell you right now that people from Haiti would not be able to afford that ticket. I don't know how the economy is in Curacao, but the people in Haiti would not be able to afford that ticket. I'm surprised. It's actually amazing to me that Haiti and the Congo DR are in this World Cup, and yet Italy are at home. It's amazing, really. That'll be a free kick here to Switzerland in their own half. He's going to 4 games. It's $2,400. That's insane, man. So for clarification for Aussies, 2,400 US would be about, what, like 3.5K? Nearly 4K, roughly? I paid $800 for all 3 games. I'm cheering. Yeah, well, that's interesting in regards to the USA versus Australia game. To get a ticket to a USA game in Seattle, I'm surprised you only got it for $800. How'd you do that? That's impressive, really. 800 AUD is crazy too. You must have got it really early, or I don't know how you've worked that in. Switzerland just playing this ball in their own defensive half at the moment. That's offside. That's offside for sure here. Yeah, thank you. Clearly offside. I paid $265 USD. So that would have been your most expensive of 3. Are you sticking around for the round of 32 and round 16 and whatnot? Yeah, nearly 4K Aussie, yeah. It's insane. Ed says, when I went to UFC, tickets were 800 AUD each. Yeah, UFC is... It's actually not that rough, really, compared, because like the NFL, for example, NFL tickets in, say, Chicago, whatnot, you're getting nosebleed seats for like 400 USD. Miss, I don't say this, but just as we said, up the Titans, how you feeling? What an absolute bloody... Oh, my gosh. I haven't slept yet. What an absolute game that was. 40 minutes gone here in this World Cup friendly before the World Cup gets underway on Friday. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're going to be live tomorrow for Colombia versus Jordan. Seb Watson, you're English. We've got England versus Costa Rica. Your England versus New Zealand game starts up in 20 minutes time too. We won't be able to live stream that. We also have an Argentina game on, I think, Tuesday. Not that Messi will be playing, though. But we will get to see the beautiful man that is Julian Alvarez. I paid $99 for the Football Australia allocation draw. It was a gamble still because I wasn't guaranteed tickets, but I felt like a lot of people wasn't going to pay the $99. So I was happy to take that risk. If people weren't willing to pay $99, that's insane. And especially considering you're talking an AUD as well. That's dead set like 60 USD, 60 or 65 USD. There are people paying for tickets, nosebutts, free kick Switzerland here inside the attacking half. There's nothing really going on in this game at the moment. Switzerland aren't really putting on the pressure that they were in that first 20 minutes. That first 20 minutes was ridiculous. They were just finding easy space and easy ball and great area through Dioi, and Gonatsaka was doing enough, and they were just putting it into a really good area every single time they had possession because Australia couldn't keep it in possession. Since the 20th minute, it's definitely gone into a bit of a tussle where it's just gone into the grind of the game, and the Aussies are willing to wait it out. They're getting a little bit more possession into it, and they're willing to wait it out, sit around, and then pick their moment. They haven't had. I don't think they've had have they had a shot on goal yet? I don't think so. We haven't even got the ball into any kind of close range whatsoever. Harry Suter have the ball inside our own box. Okay, good space here. Good space here. Capitalise. Aziz Bayic. He's going to get this ball back into the centre. Okay, there's an opportunity here. Volpato. He'll get back out here to Bayic. Bayic barely scores, but when he does score, it's a screamer. We should be battering those farmers tonight, even with Arsenal players missing. Yeah, but Tim Payne's the GOAT, mate. Tim Payne's the greatest football player that ever existed. Did you not hear about this? Beautiful ball there from Australia over the sideline. Oh, luckily it's going to be... Oh, they didn't say that went over the sideline? Fair enough. That's absolutely ridiculous. The ball was pretty much in Timbuktu there, but sure. Now, my flight home is straight after the group stages. Damn, if Australia find a way to sneak a result against USA and then sneak a result against... Because I don't see us beating Turkey. But if we found a way to sneak a result against the US and then found a way to sneak a result against Paraguay, that would be so hard for you to leave knowing we get through. Because obviously this World Cup, there is more chance to get through. You can come third. How many of the best third place teams is it? Is it the best third place teams from like 4 or 6 groups? I can't remember how it's set up this time around. 43 minutes gone here. Switzerland with the ball. We get a good play happening, then it goes to shit and we get backed up by Switzerland's defense. Yeah, their defense has been solid, but also Switzerland haven't really impressed me in this game. I just feel like Australia hasn't been good enough. Oh, here's a counter. Here's a counter. Irankunda. Get that ball out to the right wing. Get that ball out. Oh, Yangi. It's not even Yangi's fault. The ball just wasn't great. That's a free kick. Okay, good chance. Manuel Akanji, you're on a yellow card, man. You're going to be careful. Manuel Akanji has got to be careful in this game. So he's pushed him in the back there. It's not a yellow card, but with that being said, he's got to be very careful. I don't care though. Yeah, third still has a good chance to make it through, which is so ridiculous, man. It's just a money-making scheme. Yeah, let's allow teams that weren't good enough to still have a chance, just so that we can get some more revenue. I'd argue that's a second yellow on Akanji. Yeah, look, the argument's there on the basis that it was a attacking opportunity, but Valparta whips his ball in. Oh, Harry Suter at the back post, but it's going to be a goal kick. That was their best opportunity of the half, though. Harry Suter, if he puts that on target, it probably is saved. But with that being said, at least we've had a shot. Wasn't too bad there from the big suit dog. Yeah, I can understand what you're saying because obviously that is a breakaway opportunity there for Australia, but they're never giving that as a red. They're never giving a second yellow there. There's 8 third places getting through. It's dumb. Oh, it's ridiculous, Seb. It is quite literally just for revenue. And the whole point of... Well, it was funny because when they announced that this was going to be an extended World Cup with extended teams, we were like, they're just doing this to get Italy in. Because they know 3 minutes of added time here. 3 minutes of added time in the first half. But we all said they're just doing this to get Italy in because they know how much revenue Italy... I think they play actually a friendly tonight. but it was just to get Italy in. And then they still didn't make it in. You've got the Congo, who is a war-torn country. You've got Haiti, who is a war-torn country run by gangs. And they can get in. They can get into this World Cup, but Italy still can't get in. Isn't it amazing? I understand the processes of getting into the World Cup is very, very different from Europe to the Caribbean, right? And South America, but it really is incredible to think about. Yeah, so we have a group stage to get rid of 16 teams. If you are part of those 16 teams, wow. Which honestly still could be Australia. I would not be surprised still. And good defense there from Australia. And there's still 2 minutes to go. You've added time. At the very least, we've had one attacking opportunity. Jeez, this is such a boring brand of football that Australia's playing, though. Boring and just underwhelming. We'd still beat England, though, Seb. I remember the day we beat England in a friendly. Ooh, nice touch there from Metagunda. Oh, put the ball through. That's a free kick. That's a yellow for sure. Granit Xhaka, take that, Sundo. Take that. Granit Xhaka gives away a yellow card. Take that, Sundo. Don't at me, son. Take that, Sundo. G was offside. Actually, Seb, I don't know. You've probably told me before, but I can't think of it right now, especially being 3 a.m. But who do you support in the Prem? Surely at least one of the shit teams make it out. There's always a surprise packet, man. Oh, good pressing from Switzerland. Now they're away. They're going to put this ball in the box. Here's a goal coming up, surely. Oh, good save by Patrick Beach. Great save by Paddy Beach. That would have been absolutely a nightmare if we had conceded after all this in the first half, considering that we have actually been pretty solid outside of that first 20 minutes. Oh, get the ball through to Volpato. He was away there. Volpato actually was away. Early ball. They weren't even ready for that, and they were probably offside, to be fair, but... Man, you're lucky you don't time me out, Seb Watson. You're lucky you don't time me out. What a disgrace. And now I realise why I clocked it out of my memory. Now I realise. Now I recognise it. We're gonna have this conversation probably about 3 weeks' time, Seb, because I'm gonna remove what you just said out of my thought process. But there we go, guys. That's going to be half time here, and it will be 1-0 Switzerland. Look, I will say at half time, I'm not okay with it. I'm not, but I'm also just like, it is only 1-0, and it could have been much worse considering how it all was panning out just then. Like, Switzerland could have put 2 passes, even 3 passes in that first 20, but luckily they just weren't good enough to do that. They did get that one goal, and they were dominating that first 20, but then since then, it hasn't been all Australia. It's just not really been anyone. You know, there's 4 shots so far from Switzerland for 3 shots on target. Australia 1 shot for 0 on target. That was that Harry Suter opportunity late on there. The possession is 70-30. So when I'm talking at the beginning part of this game saying, just hold the ball, give us an opportunity where we can just hold the ball for a stanza, it's not happening. 70% to 30% Switzerland favour is dramatic at the moment. The fouls are 4-3 against Australia. Yellow cards is 2-1 against Switzerland. They were close to getting a second yellow for a red card for Akanji, but obviously just didn't come. There's been 2 offsides there from Switzerland, and you've seen 5 corners to 1 in favour of Switzerland. So it is a domination here from the Swiss, but again, most of those stats really would have been that first 20. And that possession, the first 20, I genuinely believe would have been like 80 to 85% to Switzerland with a 20 to 15% for Australia. Born in the mighty Stockport. Should be Man City then, mate. Should be Man City. Edson says Brighton on top. Do you actually support Brighton, Edson? Or is this just you? Because do you support them because of Aaron Moy back in the day, or Matty Ryan? Is that why you get around Brighton? Or are you just saying their name because you like the name? Sunday says first half isn't giving me much hope. Hopefully we can improve second half. Again, this is a friendly. But again, even though Switzerland are above Turkey on the rankings, I believe Turkey are a better team, and that's our opening matchup next Saturday. And I don't have that much hope right now. But I swear this happens before every World Cup. Actually, I want to go have a look at... Oh, jeez, nearly dropped that mouse just then. I want to go and have a look at the friendlies that Australia played prior to the last World Cup to see how it went before we played France and Tunisia and Denmark. All right, here we go. So, we didn't have any friendlies. We just had the World Cup qualifiers. We obviously beat Peru 5-4. We streamed that. Gee whiz, we had like 3,000 people watching that stream. But we beat Peru. Yeah, we didn't play any friendlies. We just went straight from Peru into... Oh, that's right, because that was right before it all started up. Oh, it's 3 months away. Yeah, we didn't have any friendlies. We just came in after beating UAE 2-1 and then Peru on pens. Seb says, hell no, my granddad had a factory in Manchester. All season ticket holder till he passed away. Used to walk from get a barge down the canal and dropped us outside the ground. I'm so sorry to hear that, Seb Watson, but I'm pretty certain Stockport is typically a Man City region, no? I'm going to quickly make sure it is. I'm pretty certain it is. Which Manchester team do people from Stockport typically support? Who they typically support? The answer is Manchester City. Man City. People from Stockport typically support Man City, as the town is known as a major stronghold for City supporters alongside areas like Wythenshawe. However, as with much of Greater Manchester, the sport is split, with Man United also becoming a large fan base in the area. I'm so sorry to hear, Seb Watson. I'm just so sorry to hear that you chose the wrong team when you're from a City stronghold, as that you said. Very City stronghold. My goodness me, such a stronghold. My gosh, makes me sick, really. But yeah, look, first half, just really not exciting from Australia. And especially when you're staying up until, for me, 3 in the morning right now with the whole second half to go. And you're looking at that and going, well, shit, this is what we've got to get excited about? Really? That first half was what we've got to be excited about. 17 miles to Old Trafford from the hospital and 19 to Main Road, unfortunately. Yeah, look, Main Road hasn't existed for over 20 years, Seb. Hasn't existed for over 20 years. But again, hey, listen, don't shoot the messenger. Like I said, I thought Stockport was a pretty strong Man City stronghold, and the old trusty Google's never wrong, mate. Dear me, Google is absolutely never wrong. But guys, I'm going to quickly run up to the bathroom here at halftime and just give myself my face a wash with some water just to freshen up so that I can pump along here for the second half. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Is there any changes over here? Not that I can see. Oh, we actually have seen a goal for Chile. So it was 2-0, and now if the final score is 2-1, USA and Germany still 1-1. And... Romania won 2-1 over the Welsh. And then obviously we've got our game. England, New Zealand starts up in 5 minutes' time. Get the sniffy pot. That's a good idea, actually. That is a good idea. Like, I'm sweet, but I also know I have to be up in like 6 hours to stream the Tigers-Panthers game. The USA-Oz game is at 12 p.m. Seattle time. Pub meetup is at 8 a.m. for breakfast beers. Beautiful. That's exactly what you want to hear. That's exactly what you want to hear. Breakfast beers? Oh, my goodness me. That is exactly what you want to be hearing. That is exactly what you need. Jess will be flying tomorrow. Wigan 40-16 winners. 40-16. Oh, she's going to have a crack at... Who was the one? Oh, it was Daz. Daz talking smack. Believe me, Brendan Westling says, waking up at 5 a.m. to watch us get bent over by the Swiss isn't much a better scenario, to be honest. The thing is, man, I wouldn't say this is being bent over. Like, if we were being bent over, we'd be down 2-0 right now at halftime. You know, there's still... It's not been exciting. Again, I agree. It's been really dead from Australia. It's been really slow. It's been lethargic. There's been no real attacking opportunities, and it's just not been great. But getting bent over is suggesting that Switzerland have just been putting us to the sword. In the first 20 minutes, sure. But outside of that, just no. Outside of that, I wouldn't say it's a domination. Like they are dominating the possession and whatnot because Australia just don't respect the ball whatsoever. But I wouldn't say that we're getting bent over. Wanderson Hayfarm says Brazil will thrash Egypt today. I'm Brazilian. Egypt isn't Morocco. Okay. What Egypt isn't Morocco? France might be champion. What's Egypt isn't Morocco mean? Yeah, I know Egypt isn't Morocco. France might be champion. Germany is playing like a joke. Switzerland is superior on the field. Australia's team has lost. Yeah, look, I agree with most of what you said there, man. As an Australian, I'll tell you, Australia definitely look lost. Oh, Germany have just taken the lead 2-1 in that game against the USA. But yeah, I definitely agree with you in regards to Australia. They do look lost, and there's no Australian that's going to argue back against that. I don't understand what you mean by Egypt isn't Morocco. I don't think anybody thought Egypt was Morocco. I get what you mean now. I think I get what you mean because did Brazil play Morocco? Hold on. No. June 14th. Oh, okay, because Brazil is in that. Yeah, anyway, long story short, I do think Brazil should get a good win there. It is interesting, though. I will put it out there, Wanderson, that Brazil always have a lot of hype going into World Cups, and they usually disappoint. I think you can agree with this one. Do you think that this World Cup will be different? Do you think that this World Cup is going to finally be different to what we see every World Cup from Brazil, where we have a lot of belief in them and they just don't perform? So as a Brazilian, let me know what your thoughts are in regards to that. Go wash your cat before the half starts. Mate, I'm not a cat. I'm a vicious dog, mate. And I tell you, I'm fired up. I will. This is like 5-10 minutes to go. Like half-times take ages, especially in a World Cup in America, I'm sure. Especially. France might be champion. When someone asked me the other day who I think is going to win this World Cup, I think it's between Spain and France right now, and they are the two favourites, but they're favourites for a reason, guys. I think if you're looking... I want to go and have a look at who I believe is going to be the surprise packer. Again, I think Uzbekistan will surprise a few. I don't think they're going to win by any means, but I really wouldn't be surprised if Uzbekistan gets some wins when people don't expect it. I really love what they've got defensively. Maybe not attacking wise too much, but Kushinov's just going to lock his all down. He's going to lock him. Like the thing is, Uzbekistan is in a group with DR Congo, Portugal, and Colombia. I don't think that you can just guarantee Colombia. I think Portugal should just be simply getting through. And Congo just shouldn't be getting through. So if Uzbekistan can get a surprise victory over Colombia, well, again, there's the third place teams are still a chance of getting through. But I would not be surprised if Uzbekistan got a draw or even a sneaky victory over Colombia. I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's when you look at the Group L for England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. Croatia, they are very good, but are they going to do it again this time? But, at what cost? Ghana, I don't think that they're the 2010 Ghana, which Suarez obviously will never be forgiven. Suarez will never go to Ghana in the history of his, and for the rest of history. He will never go there. Nice name, brother. Great show, mate. Just subbed. I feel soccer is get a goal 68th minute, changes the game a bit. Hey, listen, from your mouth to God's ears, look, I'm not going to lie to you, man. Probably not going to be reading out your name, but I appreciate you for tuning in. That's a crazy name, bro, to read at 3 a.m. It's a crazy name to read at 3 a.m. But hey, listen, I hope you're right, man. I hope Australia can sneak a goal at some point and find a way into the back of the net. But we've only had one shot, not on target. We need some possession for this to happen, and we're just not getting any of the possession. We're just getting nothing. I think that, look, realistically, it should be England, Croatia getting through Group L in first and second. In Group K, Portugal, Congo, Uzbekistan, Colombia. I'm going to say that Portugal, Colombia, and Uzbekistan get through, but I'm going to put a bold call out there that Uzbekistan comes second. I'm going to put a bold call out there and do it. Daniel says, how good was the Titans result last night? Your coverage was awesome at the end. Yeah, appreciate that, Daniel. We'll fire it up, mate. We'll fire it up. That's what we do for Titans games. We get absolutely rock and roll them. And our energy will be so much better, like on streams that aren't at 3 in the morning here, because I have to keep my voice at a pretty normal level now. But for the World Cup, it's going to be so much easier and better when the games aren't on at a stupid time. Brendan Westling says, only the Ghanaians were celebrating Suarez not being picked for Uruguay. Yeah. Group J, Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. Well, Argentina go through. Austria is tricky, and Jordan shouldn't be a hope. Algeria, for mine, should get through there. It's between Algeria and Austria. I may go with Algeria. And then we go to Group I, which is France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. That's a tough group, mate. Wow, Group I is tough. France will get through, and they should top the group. But Senegal are not easy. Iraq are not easy. And Norway are not easy. Especially when you got Ødegaard and also Erling Haaland there. But they're still not spectacular. Iraq are always just a real, just grindy team. They'll just frustrate the living shit out of you. Trust us Aussies to know. Trust us Aussies to know about Iraq. And Senegal are a spicy one. Wow, that's a tough group, mate. I've got a bit of hope behind Norway this World Cup being here, but I'm still going to go France and Senegal. I am. Group H, Spain, Cabo Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. Cabo Verde is just not doing anything. Spain might win this World Cup. Saudi Arabia, yeah, they get one win against Argentina and think they're the greatest on the planet Earth. Uruguay. How are Uruguay looking? I don't even really know too much about their team right now. How is Uruguay's team looking? Seb says you don't want to be in those Mexico games or knockout games there. You don't want to be in those Mexico games or knockout games there? What do you mean? What do you mean? My brain's not clocking on right now. I don't really know too much about this Uruguayan team, but I might just still say Spain and Uruguay because I don't trust Saudi Arabia, but maybe they could sneak something. Group G is Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Sorry, Kiwis. I love you. I want to see you fire up, and your game has just started over here as well against the English, but you're not making out of that group. Egypt, Belgium, Iran. Belgium always disappoint at World Cups, mate. They always disappoint at World Cups. They'll get through. Egypt and Iran. Wow, that's tough. I have to go Egypt, but that's tough. Egypt and Iran are not an insane amount away from each other, is what I would say. Lily Angel says, hi, Blaze and chat. Happy to see you'll be covering the FIFA World Cup. Getting around Portugal. Forza Portugal. Yeah, well, they played earlier on and they got a 2-1 win over Chile in their World Cup friendly. So nice for them. I think actually we're streaming a game of theirs soon enough, actually. I think we might be streaming that game on a Tuesday or Wednesday in a friendly before it all starts up. Hold on. I'm going to open up my schedule to see. So we've got Colombia versus Jordan tomorrow we'll be streaming. And then Peru versus Spain. And then on Wednesday, we've got Argentina versus Iceland. On Thursday, England versus Costa Rica. No, okay, so we won't be streaming Portugal until they play Congo. Not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday after that. It's a little bit before we get to stream them. Shana says, how long to the second half? We're still waiting, but they're about to come out now. We just got Tony Popovich talking to them for their last little hoorah before we have a 20-minute stanza before our next hydration break in 20-degree weather. I can't believe I'm saying that. A hydration break in 20-degree weather. You couldn't write it. So, yeah, we're still just waiting here for them to come out. Someone says the Azteca is 2,200 meters above sea level. Mexico are going to be advantaged in that country in the altitude. Oh, yeah, fair enough. And also, the atmosphere is just going to be wild, man. Atmosphere at the Azteca is going to be absolutely mental. That will be mental. That's going to be rocking, man. and I did say this a couple of years ago, well, when we found out that USA, Mexico, and Canada were going to receive the matches for this World Cup. And I said, look, USA is going to have some good venues, but I don't really think Canada is going to be amazing for atmosphere. Mexico is going to be the place that you want to get to. 100%. Mexico is going to be nuts. You've already seen videos of Aussies celebrating with the Mexicans when we lost 1-0 last week to them on Sunday in a friendly. We lose 1-0 to them, but the Mexicans were just loving the Aussies. They were dancing, they were partying, they were getting around it. Second half has started here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And the Socceroos, as they did in the first half, they'll just kick this ball straight to Switzerland. Beautiful. That's exactly what you love to see. And the Swiss are going to bring this ball outside of their own box. Good steal. Good steal. Okay, chance here for these Aussies. 20 seconds in. Okay, let's see a little bit of something. Let's see a little bit of something. Give us a little bit of something. Okay, give us a goal kick. That's not what you'd like to see. Not a little bit of anything there. Actually, so much of nothing that it makes me sick, really. Yeah. So 1-0 Switzerland, if you are just tuning in. They scored in the first 20 minutes and then just haven't really done too much since. And Australia's best chance came at maybe the 44th minute with Harry Suter putting a header on, but it wasn't on target. Oh, here's a chance for the Swiss. No, they're going to push this back. Okay, good scramble defense there from the Aussies. They really closed down on them. I would like to see some risk factor. That's what I want to see from the Aussies. We don't expect you to win this game, and you're down 1-0. One, run it at a Akanji, try and force him into a bad tackle, try and force him into a red card because he's already on 1 yellow. But just just give it a crack. Alessandro Sakati will come on. We'll go off, for Jason Gerrier. Jason Gerrier will come in. They'll be offside against the Swiss here. So Australia ball in their own half. Jason Gerrier will be on for the Aussies. Lucas Harrington, who wasn't too bad actually that first half. He was getting some okay enough ball movement. Cameron Burgess will come on for him. Harrington wasn't too bad. He made some good tackles. Christian Volpato will come off. He didn't really do too much at all in that first half. Connor Metcalf will come on. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind a couple of these substitutions. I think this will give Australia a good chance. On the left-hand side, Socceroos still with the ball here. No, free kick though. Lots of subs. Jacob Italiano comes on. I didn't get to see who the other player was that came off. Yeah, lots of subs. Again, it's a friendly. You want to mix it up. You want to mix it up here. Well, Australia getting some good ball movement going on in this first 2.5 minutes. Way more than we showed in the first half. Again, it was a 70-30 split possession-wise in regards to the first half. Bolivia versus Scotland has also just started up. I don't think Bolivia is in this World Cup, are they? Again, Scotland are, but I don't think Bolivia are. Bolivia, World Cup. Oh, good chance there for Australia. Oh, he's offside. Offside. Bolivia's will not participate in the World Cup. No, so Scotland kind of playing a little bit of a pointless game there. Angry says, wonder how Poch will be thinking for... Popovich will be thinking for Turkey. Again, like I said, I think that Turkey... Oh, that's a good steal there from Australia. Okay, quickly. Okay, can we pass the ball back to the halfway point? Again, I want to see a bit more risk here in the second half. I feel like Switzerland and Turkey are pretty similar ranges. I think Turkey are a better team, and I think they should top our group. Oh, wow, that's not a free kick. Come on, ref. That definitely should have been a free kick. Australia, steal it, even good. Steal it. Have a crack. Has he hit the post there? Did that just hit the post? That was a rip snort of a shot. Ilan Kunda, that is a spicy shot from outside the box. I thought that was going top bins. Ilan Kunda has just hit the crossbar with an absolute belter of a shot. Oh, so close. Lily says, Australia any good? Haven't really ever watched them play. So it's a corner here. So it's been tipped on. It's a corner. Okay, Australia putting in a bit of effort here. Putting a bit of effort in the second half. Happy with it. And the Swiss get it across, and they'll clear that ball out, and they'll go over the sideline for a throw-in for Australia. So, Lily, Australia have never cared about football. We do punch above our weight massively. Again, Denmark, their main sport, their only sport really is football. We beat them in the last World Cup 1-0. And Tunisia, their main sport is football, and we beat them. Against Argentina, who obviously went on to... The only two teams that we lost to in the World Cup last time out in 2022 in Qatar was actually France and Argentina, the two teams that were in the World Cup final. And the team that knocked us out of the knockout stages was Argentina, 2-1. And we had a chance to actually tie that game up at 2-2. We really played them well and gave it a good opportunity there, but just couldn't get over the line against an Argentina team that went all the way in the end. So, no, look, ultimately, you're not expecting an amazing shout from Australia because, as you would know, they are rugby league, they are rugby union, they are AFL, they are cricket, and football does, unfortunately, fall down the pecking order. But football has been screaming out for bigger support for a long time. It's just, unfortunately, the top of our leagues and the APL and the FFA over the years have just really screwed it. But we are in a really interesting group. Oh, Chansey, push that ball up. That's going to be Irankunda. Oh, please. Yangi. Irankunda. Still Irankunda. Whip it back in. Oh, he's had to come back out to the corner here, inside the box. We are having the better of the possession here. We're showing some attack. Australia are actually playing some exciting football in this second half. 50 minutes gone here in the first in the game. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. It's going to be a free kick to Switzerland. If you're Australian watching this right now, I'm telling you, you should be excited about what you're watching this first 5 minutes of the second half because they're actually putting together some possession and putting themselves into range for an opportunity. Yeah, Scotland up 1-0 in the first 10 minutes. Again, really they should be. They're in the World Cup, but Bolivia aren't. Still 2-1 in that Germany-USA game. And still 0-0 England-New Zealand. Really? Seb Watson? You really? The Poms can't even score against the Kiwis right now? Tim Payne is the GOAT. 10 minutes in, we're still 0-0 with the Farmers. Or maybe you're both Farmers, really. Maybe you both. Maybe you both are. I think it's as simple as that, really, right now. But they'll get this ball back to the keeper. I think we've probably had a little bit more of the possession. I think we've probably won the possession this first 7 minutes of the second half. And look at the pressure we're putting on. Okay, this is good from Popovic to change us around. We're going to steal the ball in a good attacking area. We're putting some pressure on. We're putting the press onto the defense. We're actually playing some pretty healthy football in this second half so far. This is giving me more hope if we can play like this. That's a bad ball. And that's going to be a way for a counter. No, it's not. It's going to be Australia who now get this ball back. And Switzerland get the ball straight back. No, watch the counter. Great defense. That was nice there from Cherio. Can't lose to us at football and cricket in the same weekend. Oh, yes, because England were amazing in that cricket game themselves. And that will be it's going to be a free kick. Damn it. That was going to be a throw-in, but it will turn into a free kick. Yeah, I don't think that the Test cricket match should be something that you're lauding at the moment. That is awful. Is that finished now, by the way, on day 3? Are they all out? 53 minutes gone here. Oh, nearly a steal there. Keep putting this pressure on. Keep putting this press into the Swiss possession. So again, at halftime, it was 70-30. Let's go have a look at the possession now. Australia get the ball back. They steal the ball away. The possession now is currently... Hold on, let's refresh it. Oh, it's still 70-30. Damn, it feels like we've had more ball the second half. No, it's been raining. Draws coming up then. How many wickets is it? What actually is the... how many more runs they need and how many wickets do they have? 54 minutes gone here. Free kick to Swiss. I think they were 55 for 5. Oh, by the way, Seb, you're telling me it's raining in England? No way. No way, I don't believe it. Raining in England? Are you serious? Are we serious? It's a good ball over the top there from Akanji. Straight to the keeper. Paddy Beach, too easy for him. And Australia will play this one out of the back. Thoughts on the pitch at Lords? It's ridiculous. It's just stupid. Unfortunately, this month I can't do too much cricket because the FIFA World Cup is going to take priority, but I was going to originally stream that. Oh, beautiful ball, beautiful ball. Surely. Cross. Yangi with a goal. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. Yangi with the goal. 1-1. Come on, the Aussies. Get in. We deserve that in the second half. This second half. The possession has been nice. We've been putting pressure on on the Swiss players, and we deserve this goal in the second half. Golazo, baby. Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. This second half is giving you hope. Straight through the middle. I don't know what was happening with the Swiss defense just then. They put the ball into the center, and Yangi is going to score. Beautiful stuff. Connor Metcalf with it. I'm really glad here that Connor Metcalf has had the vision to see Yangi in the middle rather than go with this himself, because it could have been very easy for him to get selfish and go for a step out to the outside and then with the ball in. But instead, he's seen Yangi running free. We actually had a 3 on the goalkeeper then. 3 on none. 3 on 1 opportunity. And Tete Yangi will score. Beautiful. The substitutes. Popovic has done nicely here. He really did adjust this game. Those substitutes have shown a significant change. And Metcalf, that was unreal. Aussie, Edson. Beautiful stuff. Come on. Are they called the Socceroos? Yes. The Australian team is called the Socceroos. Look at this second half, man. It's a whole different second half ball game. This second half Australian team is so much better than what we saw in the first half. It's just positive right now. That was such a shit first half from Australia. This second half has been really good to watch so far. 57 minutes in. Oh no, we've slipped over, and it's going to be a Australia throw-in from literally at our corner flag. Still not beating New Zealand. Unbelievable, Seb. Beating New Zealand's not for everyone. Not for everyone. Johnny says, have you not clipped up and posted the Titans game when you try yet? Well, I put it on my Instagram. It's actually, it's got heaps of views and people commenting on it. People love it. Yeah, it's doing big numbers on Instagram at the moment, actually. Yeah, we're at about 1,000 likes on the reel already. Considering that the reel only went up at 10 p.m. Australian time, and it's gone all throughout the night. We're already about 1,000 likes. That's pretty impressive. Tatala says, let's go Australia. Mate, beautiful in regards to that goal from Yangi. And we're going to steal this ball too, but Bezic is going to unfortunately hit it over the sideline. Is New Zealand better than Australia in football? Tiger Hood, no, mate. No, don't let the Kiwis sell you a lie. We beat them recently 3-1 and 1-0. I don't remember the last time we've actually lost to New Zealand. Could someone tell me? Beautiful pass back there from Geria. Under pressure, but look at this. They're fighting for every ball right now, the Australians. They're fighting for every ball. Beautiful. When was the last time New Zealand beat Australia at football? I know in cricket you haven't beaten us in a long time. In Test cricket, like a long, long time. But when was the last time you beat us in football? Just seen the highlights up the Titans. Good morning, Blaze, mate. It's a fantastic morning. Still haven't slept. I will be live for the Tigers, Panthers, and Sharks Dragons game in about 7 hours' time, so I'm not going to get too much sleep here today, but I'm happy because we've got a goal here for Australia. Socceroos, mate, they're flying. Second half, chance. Oh, it's a free kick to Switzerland. What about the pressure? The pressure is impressive here. Impressive stuff. He's New Zealand better than Australia. Football is funny, but 2002. We haven't lost the All Whites since 2002. Wow, we. And another free kick to the Swiss. Come on. 2002. So, yeah, that was just before the golden era. That was just on the breach. We were just about to go into our golden era with your likes of Timmy Cahill and Harry Kuhl and Bresciano and Schwarzer and the likes. That will go over the sideline for a throw-in. That would have been just beforehand. That would have been the back end of Bosnich too, no? Like the right at the back end. Did he last till 2002? When did Bosnich give it up? Mark Bosnich. Oh, here's a chance of the Swiss. Here's a chance of the Swiss. No, good scramble defense. Closing down. Oh, no. No. In the box. Clear it. Good D. Not good D, but at least we cleared it. We got it away. But it's back to Switzerland, just on the edge of the box. Akanji gets it out to the left. This is their first little bit of dominant possession here in the second half. Good passing. Crawler, Chaka. This is good possession. Back to Chaka. This is a good possession, a good passing, but the ball across is not good enough, and we're going to be able to clear this one away. We can counter this. We can counter this. We can counter this. Get that ball out of the... free kick, come on. Take it. Take it every day of the week. Take it. Oh, shut your mouth. Akanji complaining about that free kick. It's clearly a free kick. Oh my gosh, Seb, I've got to keep reminding you, mate. You're still 0-0 with New Zealand. What are you doing? What's happening? Go the Kiwis. Fire up the Kiwis. Fire up the Kiwis. My gosh. Fire up, you cats. Kiwis on fire. Socceroos are going to get this ball back onto the inside. And we're going to keep the possession. You know who I've really loved since coming on? Connor Metcalf. Oh, beautiful ball down the wing. Beautiful ball down the wing. Do we have the speed? No, that's going to go over the sideline. Akanji is very close to getting sent off, by the way. Because he's had one yellow already. Akanji is this close to getting sent. I love her playing. It is giving you hope. It is giving you excitement, mate. It really should be. Especially considering, compared to that first 20 minutes, that first half was just diabolical. 28 minutes to go here to game. If we can snag a 1-1 draw here, this will give me... Oh, it's a free kick. It's right on the halfway point, so it doesn't matter. But, geez, we nearly got a steal there for Kai Truan. He would have been away as well. It's just giving me a sense of maybe with the World Cup of putting in a good showing. Because, again, we usually get the group of death. When the World Cup was normal, we would typically get the group of death. Again, look at 2010. 2010 was ridiculous. We had Germany, who went on to... Well, they won the World Cup the next one out. We had Germany in our group stage. We had Ghana, who was the surprise packet of that tournament. And we had Serbia, who had the likes of Alexander Kolarov at the time. They were a really tough team, Serbia. I think they ended up beating us 3-0 in the end. No, I can't remember. Anyway, 2010 was hard. 2014, oh, here's a chance for Australia. Go down the right. Go down the right. Go down the right. Beautiful. Whip it in, Italiano. Whip it in. Whip it in. Oh, Kanji, good defense. I do have to love Akanji because he's still technically one of our players. But then in 2014, we get Spain, who won the World Cup in 2010, 4 years prior. The Netherlands, who came second, who were in the World Cup final 4 years prior. And Chile, who were very good that tournament. They didn't get through. Actually, no, they did, didn't they? Who was it that didn't get through? Was it Spain? Spain didn't progress to the group stage. It was Chile and the Netherlands, yeah. Germany, Spain. No, it wasn't Germany. No, Germany was 2010, Brendan. We had Spain, Netherlands, and Chile in 2014. That was the worst one for sure. The two previous World Cup finalists. I definitely know it was Spain because they didn't make the groups out of the group stages because we all know about the curse of not getting out of the group stages if you win the previous World Cup, except for the last World Cup with France. So Switzerland have the ball just outside of that box. They whip it in. Corner. Corner for Switzerland, but nice work there from Aziz Bayic to knock that ball out. That's where we've always been the underdogs and proved everyone wrong. Yeah, we do prove people wrong quite a lot in regards to not getting out of the group. Who do you think will win the World Cup? I do have Spain. I know they're the favourites, but they're the favourites for the reason. I do have Spain. Yep, the Dutch still waking up. My bad. Who did we have in 2018 again? I can't even really remember 2018 much in Russia. Good stop there from Paddy Beach. And we're going to be able to deal with this too. It doesn't go over for a corner or a throw-in, and Australia are going to be able to play this out of the back. Down the right wing, Irankunda was trying to get on top of that one, but it will go over the sideline for a throw-in for the Swiss at the halfway marker. Who was 2018's group? 2022 was obviously France, Denmark, and Tunisia. Did we have France and Denmark in 2018 as well? Yeah, France, Denmark, and Peru. That's right. That was a pretty raucously poor tournament for us, that one. Tanju Aziz says, how can I watch it? I live in the EU. So I'm watching on VIPbox.tv. I'm currently in Vietnam. Obviously, due to broadcasting restrictions, I can't show you the game live. But the Aussies, hey, listen, I'm pretty happy with their second half performance here. I'm not too sure how you watch it in the EU. But I guess you could watch it on VIPbox.tv. Got it, Saka. Swish push this back out to about the halfway point. I'm really impressed by the Aussies this second half. Daniel says, sorry if you've covered this, but do you think Oz get out of their pool? Yeah. And again, it's a lot easier for teams to get out of the pool in this tournament. There's 8 third-place teams that will get out of the group. You just need to perform better than... We're eliminating 16 teams. You just got to perform better than 16 other teams. And those 16 other teams include... Oh, it's a beautiful ball through, but Paddy Beach comes out to it and stops it. Beautiful. Clyde Zag with the Titans. Clyde, when I say greatest team of all time, I mean that's disrespectful to the Titans because they were better than that. Greatest team of all time, disrespectful, better than that. But Australia with the ball inside their own half. But we'll talk more rugby league when the rugby league streams are on. We'll be live for Tigers, Panthers, and also for Sharkies, Dragons. Free kick, yeah. Free kick Switzerland here. Daniel says, even the Kiwis know they aren't winning a game. Ooh, Biffo here. Someone throw an uppercut, you cats. Someone throw an uppercut. Give him a smack. Come on. Come on. Let it be a kanji so you can get sent off. So, yeah, I do think we have a good chance, Daniel, and especially if we can perform like we are in the second half here. If we perform like this, I still think Turkey beat us. But we could snag a result against the US, and we definitely could snag a result against Paraguay. Paraguay is still very tricky. Yeah, good stuff, Touch what it is. Whereabouts in the EU from? Who do you support? We'll probably be covering one of their games this World Cup. I'm going to be streaming not just Australia games, it's just that it so happens that it's Australia game right now. Tomorrow we're going to be streaming for Jordan versus Colombia in a friendly. And then we've also got Argentina versus Iceland on Wednesday, Tuesday for you. And here's the drinks break in 20-degree weather. We're on for the drinks break. So 70 minutes gone here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. 70 minutes gone. We've got Peru versus Spain on Tuesday. And then England versus Costa Rica on Thursday. Yeah. And then we will be live for South Africa, Mexico, USA, Paraguay, Australia, Turkey, Brazil, Morocco. Really excited for it. Brendan says, Nesta got carded for kicking the ball up a pair of Swiss legs. E4 Madeline says, Payne at 5.3 million followers. Now it's wild. He's the greatest player of all time, Tim Payne. Greatest player of all time. Has had an Irankunda yellow card because he's too good. They're trying to limit him. They know that he's the next Messi, mate. They know that Irankunda might be Maradona and Messi combined. Maybe. Tiger Hood says 1 goal, Australia, 1 goal. So, obviously, we want that, Tiger Hood. It would be amazing for us to get a goal here. With that being said, this is a good result for Australia if we keep it at 1-1. So, I know you're relatively new to football. So, obviously, you always want the win. But I'm telling you, this is a positive result. We were 550 to 1 to win this game. We were never given a chance here. We lost 1-0 to Mexico last week and everyone was off the wagon. First half, disappointed. Second half, we turned up. If we can hold out for a 1-1 draw, obviously I don't want that. I want to take risks. It's a friendly. But you would take the positives out of this for sure. So Switzerland are going to make a couple of changes here. When it comes up on the screen, I'll let you know who. Punch Wizard says, on a good day, we can actually top our group, not going to lie. Topping our group would be madness. That would be madness. The meltdown, the breakdown, the mental travesty of the Americans who talked so much smack about Australia going to this World Cup would be just monumental. Just to see the egg on all their faces would be just special, man. It really, really would be special. Love to see the Aussies in the crowd. Yeah, obviously there's not a big crowd here, and that is because it's a friendly, but it's always good to see the Aussies. Oh, Mohamed Touret's going to come on. 29 minutes gone in New Zealand versus England friendly. 0-0, that's a win. So, Infinite Kiwi. Someone was saying before, I can't remember who it was, but New Zealand's going to lose every game. Hey, listen, 2010, New Zealand didn't lose a single game. Now, you didn't... I don't think New Zealand have ever lost a World Cup game, no? Because they've only been in one World Cup. That was 2010, and they drew every game. They didn't make it out of the group stage, but they did draw every game. So I don't think they've ever lost a World Cup game because that was the only World Cup I think they ever qualified for before this year. What's the time for you? Time for me is 3:30. I haven't slept yet. I'll only get about 5 hours sleep tonight before I have to stream Tigers-Panthers. Oh, it's a good ball inside here for Switzerland. We're back underway after the drinks break, the hydration break, and 20-degree weather. Ricardo Rodriguez goes out. Midro Mohaim comes on here for the Swiss. Zeki Amdouni goes out. This is going to be a corner. It's a goal kick. Beautiful. Cedric Itten comes on. Nico Elvedi goes out. No, it is a corner. And Aurel Amenda will come in. Johan Manzambi goes out. And Aaron Jashari comes in. Is that it? That is finally it. A lot of substitutions there from Switzerland. I'm telling you, this is from their viewpoint, from their belief system, their standards, they would feel embarrassed not getting a win here. Tigers, I hate Australia against New Zealand, but I support Australia against the rest of the world. Yeah, of course. You know, the Aussies will do the same thing with the Kiwis. Maybe not necessarily rugby union, but Australians would still get around the Kiwis over a Northern Hemisphere team in rugby union. Aziz Behich comes off for Australia. Jordan Boss comes on. Paul Ocken Engstler goes off. Jackson Irvine comes on. I like these changes. Teta Yengi, the goal scorer for Australia, he goes off. And Mohamed Toure comes on. Love it. I like it. I like the changes. Inan Kunda, unfortunately, comes off because of the yellow card. Matty Leckie, the goal scorer against Denmark, comes on. Aesthetics Ankle says, bloody hell, mate. Dedication is through the roof. Still buzzing off the Titan slap up. Mate, Titan slap up. Ah, it's over the sideline. Straight ball. Beautiful. Socceroos ball. Straight, a Titan slap up. Tunch Wazir says, drawing against Switzerland is a big deal already, but I would really want to beat the Yanks. The Yanks getting beaten would be horn dog material. I think my shirt will come off on stream if we can beat the Yanks. If we beat America, I think the shirt comes off on stream. I deliberately kept my shirt on stream yesterday, even though the Titans got a massive win in the last few seconds. Because I wanted to keep it as a special, even though that was an amazing thing. Oh, Switzerland here, Switzerland. But I'm telling you, we'd go nuts on this stream if we beat the Yanks. In America, oh my gosh, 90th minute, beautiful. Ah, Switzerland in the box. Oh, good stuff there from Suter. Suter's going to put that behind for a corner here. Beautiful stuff. My shirt will be off in the stadium 100%. Sunday, you're going to take your shirt off at the start of the game. You're not even going to wear a shirt to that game. Come on. Don't be silly. Lecky on. His goal last World Cup was scenes. I was in Fiji, and I was in a hotel, a really nice hotel too, and it was like 4 a.m, and I could not make noise, and I was going nuts. Oh, they've hit that ball back in. Don't let them get a crack. Goal kick. Come on. Hold them out, baby. Hold them out. 15 minutes to go here. This is good from Australia. This is good. Wow, 3-0 Scotland, by the way. 3-0 Scotland. Look at you, England. What are you doing? Look at you, England. Go to the Kiwis. Fire up, you cats. Fire up. Yeah, the Irvine. Support Anzacs. Yeah, we all do. 15 minutes to go. I don't need a win. A draw, I'm happy with. I know it's a friendly, so you do really want to win, but you just don't need it, right? You just don't. If we're in the World Cup, I'm not asking for a draw. Game 1 against Turkey, I wouldn't mind it. Oh, chance here. Good steal. Good steal, Mama Toure. Oh, bad touch from Connor Metcalf. Bad touch. Mind you, Scotland are playing. Oh, no. Sutar, get back. Sutar, clear it. Wow. Risky pass there from Sutar, but Jason Guerrier will be able to get that ball. Mind you, Scotland are playing the one team that can't play football below 2,000 metres above sea level. Believe me up. They are not in this World Cup. At this point with the water breaks, we should have a no hat, no play rule for a break. Totally not advertising stuff. Yeah, no hat, no play. Definitely. I reckon we should send off Manuel Akanji for it, really. Should send off Manuel Akanji for it. I think that's a fair thought process. All right, so they're going to whip this ball back in around the box. Just a reminder, if you are new here, guys. Oh, chance. Toure. Oh, good defense there from Akanji. Not Akanji, sorry. That was good defense to block that runoff from Toure. If you are new here, we are going to be covering as much World Cup as possible, regardless if Australia's playing or not. We're going to be punching through a lot of games, so hit that subscribe button if you are new. I just want to prove the Americans so wrong. It'd be horn dog material. It would be horn dog material. Forget the shirt coming off. Everything's coming off. 13 minutes, Aussies. Come on. Do any... I want to know, from Australian fans' perspective, how happy out of 10 would you be with this second half so far? I'd probably say an 8. I'd probably go an 8. Australia still giving the ball. No, it's going to be over the sideline. Full-time stories with the $5 donation. Get around your son. Says, hey, Blaze, love you. We're going to do this World Cup. Love you are going to do... Oh, love you. We're going to... You've got a full stop after love you. So I thought you said love you. And then questioning me if I was going to do the World Cup. Yeah, man, we're going to be slapping through it. We've got Jordan versus Colombia tomorrow. Peru versus Spain. Oh, no. They're away, Switzerland. Here they go. Here's their opportunity. No. Clear it. Gary clears it. Comes out to Switzerland just on the edge of the box. Norita. Beautiful. Prevention. 7-10. Why would you go 7? We are winning this second. Like, I'm not just necessarily disagreeing with you, Sunday, but I'm just questioning you. Why would you go 7? We are beating Switzerland 1-0 in the second half, mind you. Good D. No, they've got space. Oh, it's over the... Oh, it's into the... Oh, my gosh. It's just over the crossbar. It's a good free header there for Itan, but it goes over the crossbar. You know, where... Anyway, thank you for the donation for them stories. But we're up 1-0 in this game in the second half. He should be hitting the target there, Itan. He had a free header. Our possession has been much better. It was 70-30 at halftime. It's now 60-40. So we've actually won this second half possession-wise as well. We had 1 shot for none on target first half. We've now had 2 shots for 1 on target for a goal in the second half. It's still only 6-3 for shots on target for Switzerland. They were 5 shots for I think 2 on target in the first half, maybe. Yeah, no, like the corners have blown out 7-2, but I think it should be an 8. I really do. I think it should be a solid 8. First half, 4 out of 10. That's a good point. But I'm talking about second half. If you're talking about overall this game Sunday, I'd probably say a 7. You'd be right. If you talk about second half, I think it should be 8. Second, 7.5 out of 10. First half, I should have slept in another hour. Yeah, first half was just dribble. First half is lucky to get a ranking. 10 minutes to go here, the game, guys. 80 minutes gone. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. 10 minutes to go here. It's still 1-1, Switzerland, Australia. But Switzerland is starting to put that attacking pressure on for the final moments of this game. Brendan, you're just being cheeky giving it a 7.5. You're just trying to go in between myself and Sundo in the conversation. You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Unfortunately, I'm a Queenslander. We are known for being the rednecks. What's that got to do with anything? What? What are you talking about? What's that got to do with anything? Oh, they whipped this ball in. Good clearance there from Harry Suter. You're not getting past the big suit, dog. You're not getting past Suter. No way. Brandon trying to think out the box with that 7.5. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go with a 7.4 or a 7.6. Dejanek. Dejanek is about to come on. I'm drunk. Yeah, look, fair enough. Full-time stories. It is. It's been a long night for you then. Still need to work on our team chemistry, but good signs. Yeah, I would agree with that. But did you give us a chance to draw 1-1 or to have any opportunity to score a goal in this game, pre-game? So Milos Dejanek will come on for Kai Truin. I think Truin tried, but nothing really panned out for him today. Cameron Devlin will come on. Cameron Devlin will come on. Okay, so full-time stories. Just wait for the rugby league streams to talk about the rugby league, man. So 1-1. 9 minutes to go here. Obviously, occasionally I'll talk quickly about the Titans one, but we'll mainly wait for the Tigers, Panthers, and Sharks, Dragons streams to be talking the old rugby league. And they'll whip this ball across, steal it. No, good ball. Oh, good work. Free kick to Australia too. Throws his body to the line. That's going to be a yellow card as well. Yellow card as well. Beautiful. Soak up as much time as you want here, son. This is a confidence draw. A very confidence draw for us. Very confident draw is what I should say. When does the actual World Cup start? On Friday. Friday is when the World Cup starts, when we'll be live for Mexico versus South Korea. And again, South Korea are not an easy team to beat, but I do have Mexico to win that game. South Korea are not an easy team by any means. A bit hard to critique Truin. A more central defensive player having to play right wing back, yeah. Again, I think he tried today. I just don't think it ultimately panned out. Opportunity here for Switzerland. And nice work. Oh, don't give away corner. Okay, it's going to go out for a throw-in. I'll take that. Highlands fan says, morning, mate. We are playing England nearly half time. Yeah, no. The live scores are all over here, man. The live scores are all over here. 3-0 Scotland first half, but gee whiz. Seb Watson. Where are you? Where are the English, eh? Jacko, Harrison, what do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? 0-0 with New Zealand. You're off your rocker. That is going to be Australia ball. What? How was that? That wasn't touched from Jackson Irvine? No way. The Swiss holding this ball around the halfway point. Come on, boys. Find a way to hold it. If we can snag a win, that'd be just fantastic. If we can snag a win here, that would be special. Even though it's a friendly, that'd be special. Still a nice team to get a win against. Great defense. Australia steal the ball. And it comes back to the Swiss. That's going to be off the referee. So we'll come out here just for a Swiss kick. GTR says, yeah, NRL streams cuts out like hell for me, but as soon as you stream bloody football, I'm having zero issues. Not fair. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to there, GTR, because we've everything's been sweet. Typically, oh, get it away now. Get it away now. That's on the box here, Switzerland. That's in across. Block the ball off. Don't let them get this shot away. Zakaria has to be forced back to the halfway point. Good defense. They're just really threatening here, Switzerland, but Australia were just holding out. That was really good defense to just keep pushing them away. Tanjwa Aziz says somehow England doesn't scored against the Kiwis. Beating the Kiwis is not for everyone, mate. It's not for everyone. That's just what Australia does. 5 minutes left here. Switzerland put the ball in the box. Cherry hits it out. Gary hits it out. Yeah, I wouldn't know why those NRL streams freeze up here. I don't think it's from our end, man. And good header. Boss does really well there. Nice header. Free kick. Hold him out, baby. Hold him out. Hold him out, you big boppers. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, yeah, Sando, again, I ask you, did you have any expectations that Australia may even have a slight opportunity in this game to pull any form of a draw or a win or a goal? Especially after what you witnessed against Mexico last week. If you watched the Mexico game, when we lost 1-0, that was really poor. Did you think that we had a chance here in this game? Because I would say, actually, where is Mexico ranked? Mexico are currently ranked 14th. Switzerland are ranked in 19th, so very close still. That ball's going to come across, but they'll keep the ball. I would say most people didn't give Australia a chance in L. Anything is possible in friendlies. That is correct, Sundo, but I still feel like you probably wouldn't have had too much belief. In the New Zealand game, I thought we would lose at least 10-0 after last week's performance. Yeah, look, again, man, it is a friendly, so don't read too much into it. If you were to, say, beat England, you aren't beating England in the World Cup. Even though I'd love to see that. Ooh, over the top here. Chance. Oh. Mohamed Toure nearly would have had an open goal opportunity, but the keeper comes out and plays it with his chest. That can go really wrong really quickly, though, for them, but it didn't this time. Offside against Switzerland, so we'll get the ball. Well, second half last week was better, same as this week. Yeah, that's a good sign for second halves, though. If we can keep games at 0-0 or if we can sneak a 1-1 at half time, we have a good chance to maybe go on with it in the second half. But if we can keep games at 0-0 first half, that might show that second halves we're going to find a little bit of possession and find a bit more opportunity, and then we can bring it away. I think we could do something versus Iran, but to be fair, Iran is not an easy team at all. They're a really tough team to play. New Zealand shouldn't be getting a win in this World Cup. They shouldn't be getting any result. And that's not me trying to hurt your feelings or emotions. I'm just saying that New Zealand really shouldn't be getting a result. You guys, considering you played Oceania, it's amazing that you... It would be amazing if you could get a win. It would be amazing if you can get a draw. Because you play in Oceania. Australia used to play in Oceania and we beat American Samoa 31-0. And, we played teams like Fiji and New Zealand. And that's a disrespectful thing to say to you guys, but you still play there. If you want to challenge yourselves and you want to prove yourselves in the big level, come to Asia. But you don't. You stay there playing teams like bloody Tuvalu. You stay there taking on Fiji and Vanuatu. You're just like, what's the purpose? It makes it an easy progress into the World Cup. I'm not here trying to shit on New Zealand here, but it makes it an easy process. Oh, beautiful. Mama Toure. Come on. 2 minutes to go here of the game. Inside the box. Put up. Cleared out by... It's going to be still out ball. Someone find the ball. Okay, we get the ball. Oh! No. Goal kick. Tabella Bakwali says, bro, my ticket is screwed because of the Swiss. Well, man, you're on an Australian stream here, man. So you're not going to get too much sympathy here because we're very happy with this. But yeah, I can understand your frustration. Switzerland, they definitely believe they should have been winning this game. Australia were $5.50 to win this game. We would have been paying like 3 or 4 to 1 to get a draw. New Zealand got the easiest qualifiers. FIFA allowed FIR easy qualifier for easy. FIFA allowed for easy qualifier for Oceania. When you're playing Papua New Guinea for a World Cup spot, it makes no sense. You're 100% right. This is why Australia moved to Asia to take on South Korea, to take on Iran, to take on Japan, to take on Saudi Arabia, to take on Jordan, to take on Iraq. A lot of the European nations are going to be like, who gives a shit? And a lot of the South American teams can be like, who gives a shit? But we give a shit because I'd rather be taking on and challenging ourselves against Japan than, taking on and challenging ourselves against the Solomon Islands. And that's not me trying to shit on Solomon Islands. I want you to be good, but it's just a fact that Australia will slap you. Again, like they beat American Samoa 31-0. Rossiati says, I go for Portugal because of Ronaldo, my favourite player. Rossiati, where are you from? Are you from Portugal? So 90 minutes gone here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Still 1-1. How many extra minutes? There shouldn't be too many. Maybe 3, 4? 3. 3 extra minutes. This would be a massive draw here, Australia. Again, it's just a friendly, but you take it because we would never give them a chance here. The only sad part is Japan improved a lot in the past few years and we kind of suck. We beat Japan and we drew Japan 1-1 in Japan in this World Cup qualifier and we beat them 3-1 at home. We beat them 3-1. I can't remember if it was in Melbourne or Perth. And we drew 1-1 with them away in Tokyo. Or it might have been Osaka, I can't remember. I think it was Tokyo. 2.5 minutes to go here. Could we sneak a goal? We're the ones with the ball right now. We're the ones with the ball. We're the ones with the ball, baby. We're actually going to get a draw here. Italiano over the top. Nice work. Breakaway. Switzerland get the ball. No. Come out here, Beach. No way. Don't do it to us. 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 Block. Great defense from Jason Guerrier. Fantastic defense there from Jason Guerrier. Oh my gosh, the screen's frozen for me. And beautiful. Easy stuff for Paddy Beach to come and grab. 1.5 minutes to go here of the game. Abdullah said bet for Switzerland. Well, unfortunately, it's not looking likely that Switzerland are going to be able to do it here. Australia now have the ball. They've just got to try and soak up time for the next 1.5 minutes as they try and just hold out for a really positive draw for our standards. But there's still time on the clock, so you've still got a chance to win. Switzerland with the ball over the top. Over the top of the goal. Goal kick. Goal kick. We beat Japan 1-0 in Perth last year. I thought it was 3-1, wasn't it? Maybe I'm wrong. Moved into a new house. Probably something to do with that, mate. We'll give it a go this afternoon for Panthers. Aussie doing well in this match. Ended up 1 against New Zealand now. Oh, England up 1 against New Zealand now. It was coming. 1 minute to go here of this game. Australia is going to hold out for a draw unless they can sneak something right now. Switzerland can't win from here. Just can't do it, surely. Break my heart if they did. And Australia will put that ball back in. Counter. 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 Come on, Toure. Come on. Oh, bad touch from Toure. Bad touch from Toure. Tanj Wazir says we were dominated in both games against Japan, although the scoreline tell a different story. Well, scoreline is the ultimate reflection. Did we win? Did we win? Japan will be the first Asian country to win a World Cup, in my opinion. Also, what do you think of Volpato? Didn't do anything today. Full time. Good draw, Australia. We will take that draw. That is our last game before the FIFA World Cup starts on Friday. Our first game will be against Turkey on Saturday next week. Obviously, we'll be live for that. That is a draw we take. That is a draw that we take. It's a friendly. Of course, you would have liked to have seen a win, but it's not what we were looking for here today. Yangi with the goal. Beautiful stuff. Connor Metcalf with the assist. First half was very, very disappointing. I wouldn't even bother watching it. Second half was exciting for the first 20. And then Australia had their opportunities, but nothing of significant note outside of the Yangi goal. But I'm happy with this. I'm happy with it. So, look, guys, it's 4 a.m. for me. I have to get some sleep before I have to wake up for some rugby league streams later on today. Take that for Australia. Unfortunately, if you bet on Switzerland, but we will not get the win here. I will be live tomorrow for Colombia taking on Jordan. And then on Tuesday, I'll be live for Peru versus Spain. Wednesday, we've got Argentina versus Iceland. And then the final World Cup friendly will be England-Costa Rica before we're live for the World Cup with South Africa versus Mexico next weekend. USA versus Paraguay and It's actually next Sunday that Australia play Turkey, not next Saturday. But really had fun here today, guys. We're really rocking into the World Cup spirit now, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow, bright and early for me. That'll be a 5:45 a.m. start. If you're in East Coast Australia, that'll be 6:45, 7:45, 8:45 a.m. So nice little time slot for you there on a Monday. But all right, guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for new around here, and I will see you later on for a couple more streams, but for the Rugby League. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya. Also, 4-0 Scotland half time and 1-0 England at half time. But I'll see ya later on.